Hello and welcome back to another video. Today, if you feel like the audio is kind of off, it's because I'm in my car and I'm recording on my iPhone. Today I'd like to talk about something that I recently thought about while I was at work, which is things that aren't spoken about when you're 20. And I feel like this is a important thing just because I feel like these things need to be spoken about. And to start it off, I'd like to talk about feeling lost. Not lost as in like you don't know what to do, but feeling like you don't know what your purpose is in life. And I can speak from experience. It took me a while to like get my head out of this because I would be like super focused on like making music, right? And I'd be like, yeah, but like I'm at work and I'm working at 9 to 5, but I want to do music on the side. And it's hard to balance those out, especially if you have like a bunch of stuff going on in your life. Like, mind you, I have a YouTube channel and I'm blessed that I'm able to shit post pretty much whenever I want to. Also, before I keep going, I'd like to thank the 2 subscribers that I recently got. And my last video, I think it was about AI. I got like someone gave me a thumbs up, and I'd like to thank them for that. Yo, thank you. Like, genuinely, like, it helps out a ton. And I don't know if I say this enough, but like the channel's goal for this year is to get 1,000 like subscribers. So by me having 10, bro, I just need 90 more subscribers, bro. 90 more. And I believe if I keep posting the way I post, I can get it done. I can get it done by the end of the year. So thank you guys so much. And I'm gonna hop back into what I was yapping about. So feeling like you don't have a purpose, or feeling like you're behind, I feel like those two play a part in what I go through. And I'm 21, and I feel that a lot. And it, like, even like I was talking to my friend about this, and I was saying how, yes, on paper it looks like I'm locking in. I just gotta turn the heat on real quick, so give me a second. Yes, maybe on paper it looks like I'm locked in because, you know, I'm working. I got like not a side hustle per se, but it's like, it almost seems like I got like a something going on the side, my YouTube channel. And it does feel like I do have stuff going for me, and I'm very happy with that. I'm not complaining. But being someone who does this, you don't feel locked in because you're worried constantly about not the little things. You're worried about the big picture. You're worried about where this will take me. You're worried about what will happen. Like, constantly looking towards the future is a horrible way to live. Like, yes, it's good to glance at the future, but I've recently told myself now that it's okay. It's better to stay present than it is to think about the future, because the past, there's people who are stuck in the past. And to those people I say, dog, get your head out of that situation. Like, get out of there, because the past already happened, right? And you're thinking about stuff that's in your rear view when you should really be looking ahead of you, right? But you're not going to look way too far ahead, because if you look too far ahead, you're going to lose track of where you're going. You can't see up that hill, you know? When you're driving in your car, you're not going to stare in the fucking rear view mirror the whole way, you know? Because you're going to be in the ditch, my boy. You're going to be in the ditch. You're going to be in the gutter. You're going to hit the curb. You could hit somebody. But you're not going to try and look what's on the other side of that hill, because you don't know. So it's better to be cautious. Not cautious, but be present. It's better to be in the present and one thing that helped me with this was meditation. And I feel like when you're 20, I'm 21, and I feel like the things that aren't talked about enough being a 20-year-old is, well, 21-year-old, being in my 20s. Being in your 20s, I feel like something that's not talked about enough is it's okay to fail at things, you know? It's okay to fail. And I feel like a lot of people are too afraid of what would happen if you fail. You know, the guy who flew too close to the sun, he has a quote. I'm butchering this, by the way. He has a quote that says, I'm going to be paraphrasing. Why worry about falling? Why fear falling when your biggest fear should be not feeling the sun on your face? You know? What I take away from this is, why fear failing when you should fear not being able to have something to fail? You know, not being able to chase that dream, not be able to see what's on the other side of that hill if I start this business, if I start this podcast, if I start this YouTube channel, if I start writing this book. I know one guy, the last time I talked to him, when I first talked to him, he was like, yo, I want to be a writer, right? He's like, yo, I want to be a writer. Bro, he's got his draft done for his first book, and this motherfucker is good at writing too. And I was like, last time I talked to him was last week or the week before, and I was like, dog, what's up with your book, bro? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm working on my second one. I'm taking a week off right now. Me and my buddies we're proofreading my first one, and we're gonna be working on my second one. I'm like, dog, bro, like, yo, like, that is amazing. Like, I'm gonna have to find out how to get like a copy. I want to get my grubby little hands on that. You know, when that shit drops, bro, I'm getting my greasy little hands on that, and I'm paying full price. I don't care. Friend discount, bro. Fuck a friend discount, dog. I gotta support my bros, you know. And it's like, it's okay to fail, you know, because, bro, why are you afraid to fail? And, bro, my YouTube channel could fail, right? It could fail at any time. However, the only time you fail is if you stop doing what you're doing, you know? And it's okay to take breaks. That's another thing. It's okay to take breaks. I feel like a lot of these old heads pressure you into fucking, oh, you need to lock in, oh, you need to get this, oh, you need to get that, oh, you need to invest because, you know, like, you're never gonna get a house. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. I just fucking got here. It's 8 a.m. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I feel like when you're 20, take advice with a grain of salt. This is turning into a video of me just yapping about what to do when you're 20. But I feel like another thing is when you're in your 20s, another thing that's not talked about is when you take advice, you're allowed to not take it either. You're allowed to not take it. Because I know this sounds selfish, but you kind of have to be selfish in life. You know, you kind of have to, right? Example, if some guy, some fucking crackhead is giving advice, I'm walking away. I'm sorry, my boy, I am not listening to a fucking crackhead give me advice because I don't want to end up where he's at. I take advice from people who I want to be like, right? If they're in a position where I want to be, I will listen to them. If they're in a position that I don't fucking want to be in, I'm not gonna fucking take advice from them. And it's okay. And it's okay to be like, take bits and pieces of what they say, but that's only if you ask for advice, right? There's some people there's a guy I deal with at work who just fucking gives advice just to give advice, and he just fucking yaps my ear off, and it's like, dog, I'm here to fucking work. It's 8 a.m. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, my boy, you're fucking old and you're fucking old head, and I don't want to fucking listen to you. Is that selfish? Yes, it's fucking selfish. But I'm not sitting here for a 30-hour yap sesh. I'm here to fucking work and get my paycheck and go home. You know? It's like, buddy, the fuck are we on? I feel like another thing that isn't spoken about when you're in your 20s is you don't have to know where you're going. The journey doesn't have to be like your life doesn't have to, like, you're not gonna know what your life is gonna be, what's gonna happen if you go down this alley, what's gonna happen if you turn left instead of turning right, what's gonna happen when you turn right instead of left, what's gonna happen at the end of this roundabout. You know, I'm speaking in euphemisms or whatever, but whatever the fuck you called it, I'm using metaphors, but I'm pretty sure y'all are old enough to understand what the fuck I'm saying. Like, it's okay, bro. To the motherfuckers who just turned 20 or are going to turn 20, dog, it's okay to not know what the fuck you're doing. Like, I have to constantly remind myself, I'm not 30, dog. I'm 21. I'm 21, and I feel like a lot of people are Debbie Downers because they've lost that child. What I live for is I live for the inner child that's in me. And I live for the guy who's good. For me, when I'm 80, I don't want to have any regrets. Now, am I saying quit your job? No, I'm not saying quit your fucking 9 to 5. If you got bills to pay, don't quit your fucking 9 to 5 because you're fucking retarded. But if you have something that is paying you more than what you're making at your 9 to 5, I mean, maybe you should like rethink what you're doing and fucking, unless if you're doing both for the love of the game, I'd say, you know, all power to you. But if you're able to get into a position where you're making more money than what you're doing at your 9 to 5, my boy, what are you doing? Fucking lock in on your fucking side hustle, my boy. And I know when people are 20, they do this thing where they're like, oh, they try to life max, but they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna use my credit card. Dog, I feel like credit cards, I have one, but I don't use it. I feel like that needs to be spoken about more, how to use one. Like, if you're, like, me, I'm at a point where I'm like, I've been raised, if you don't got the money, don't buy it, right? If I have a limit on my credit card, example, like $1 million, whatever the fuck, right? I'm not gonna buy a fucking Lamborghini because I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life fucking paying that off. I don't think credit cards have that. However, you know, I could be proven wrong. I'm just yapping out of my ass right now, but dog, it doesn't matter, bro. Well, it's like, it doesn't matter that I'm yapping, but it's like, just be like responsible with your fucking credit card. Like, if you have like $1,000 limit on your credit card, right? Maximum is $1,000, and you have $1,000 or more saved up in your savings or whatever, and you want to hit a trip, you can do that. You can do that, pay it off, and you're fine. You'd be fine if you do that. If you can and you'd be fine, do it, bro. But what I'm saying is, don't be stupid with it. Like, I didn't have to learn that the hard way, but I had to see, like, I can see people doing that shit and they're like kind of dumb with it. That's why it took me a while to get a credit card, because I was using my debit, and I just felt like if I get a debit card, I have my debit card. If I want to get something, I'm gonna save up for it, right? Another thing that isn't talked about when you're in your 20s, you're not gonna have life all figured out, you know? Like I said before, you'd go down this alleyway instead of taking the main road, you know? Everyone's path is different, right? No one is gonna be the same, and it's okay. That's the journey. That's the beauty of life. I say the best thing to do is try to be nice. I'm not saying, like, be a people pleaser. What I'm saying is, hold the door open for, not like hold the door open for a lady, you know, like an older lady. If there's an older lady or something, hold the door open for them every once in a while. You know, treat others with respect is what I'm trying to say, because you don't know what that person is going through, right? And that's the beauty of life. It's beautiful because we don't know what everyone else is going through. Fuck, I could think my day is bad, but that motherfucker could have been told that his grandma died or his mother died, or fuck, maybe he got divorced or something that day on text. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what others are going through. And I just say, just treat people with respect and treat people the way you'd like to be treated. And because you never know, that could, you flipping this guy off saying fuck you, like I hope you kill yourself, that could have sent him to the edge of where, you know, he might actually do it, you know. And it's sad, but bro, like, just treat others with respect and just treat people the way you'd like to be treated. And it doesn't matter how much you make or whatever, but like, just because you got a little extra in your pocket doesn't mean you're the fucking king, you know? I feel like another thing that isn't talked about enough when you're in your 20s is I'm thinking. Like I said, be in the present. You don't have to go on a big vacation to live. You can go to a deli you've never been to, or you could go to a restaurant you've never been to. You could go to a town you've never been to. Right? Like that could count as living, life maxing, you know? Another thing that's not talked about enough is don't stay at the crib all the time. Don't like bum max. You know, it's okay to stay at home when you feel like it, but go outside. I need to listen to this. I need to listen to my own advice, dead ass. Another thing that I feel like you know what, fuck it, bro. This is gonna be a video about me just saying what you should do in your 20s. But again, you don't, like I said, bro, with the advice, you don't have to take my advice. You could literally just watch this video, take a few things, you don't have to listen to me. Bro, I'm 21, but dog, my life is different than yours, you know? You don't have to listen to me, and that's okay, bro. I'll be fine with it. But if you take at least one thing from what I say, just find peace, bro. Whatever you have, whatever baggage you have, just find peace. Find ways to just love yourself. Because there's a study that said that we say at least 100 bad things about ourselves before we even look up in the mirror. And I think a way to help with that is say 5 good things about yourself. While you're brushing your teeth, be like, damn, remind yourself. It's good to remind yourself that you're a good person. That maybe not, maybe if you're a killer, you're not a good person, but it's good to remind yourself that, that you're perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. That is perfectly fine, bro. We're all different. We're all unique, but we are the perfect. We're perfect. We're still perfect. I mean, we can't be recreated. No one is exactly like us. Sure, some people have different, sure, some people may have the same interests as us, but we're all different, bro, and that's okay, man. Brody, that's okay. That is so okay. It's what makes life cool, I want to see how long I've been yapping for. Okay. But yeah, like, if there are any takeaways, just be yourself. You know, trust your gut, listen to your inner child. It's okay to not have your life all figured out when you're 20, bro. That's the beauty of the process, right? Just do what you genuinely love, bro. Like, I know a lot of people got that one thing that they love, but they're like, oh, I don't know if I should start it. Do it, bro. Just do it. And, you know, believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe in, bro. You know, if you think, like, just do what you think feels right. You know? Now, if you feel like you want to fucking kill somebody and that'll be right, I don't know, maybe my boy, like, maybe rethink that, right? But if you feel like if you were to be a musician, or if you were to, you know, get that job that your parents don't really want you to get, if you feel like that will make your life happier, do it, bro. Just do it. What else was I gonna say? Just, bro, just do what makes you happy and what you feel will make you happy. I know I just said that, but and like I said, bro, it's okay to not have your whole life figured out yet, you know? Some people are 40 and they don't have their whole life figured out yet, you know? Like, it's okay, bro. And that's perfectly fine. There's no perfect way to live your life. You know, it's your life. It's your life. Obviously, I think a major takeaway is don't be stupid with a credit card, and don't quit your job. Don't fucking quit your job if you fucking, you know, can't, if you don't have the a way to, like, support yourself. Like, sometimes it's good to take risks. However, don't fucking, like, don't be dumb. That's the main thing. Don't be dumb, bro. Just don't be stupid, bro. Alright, that's it for me today. If you guys took anything out of this video and it made you feel some type of way, please leave a comment down in the description, or down in the comments section. I'll read every one. And I'm sorry for the shitty ass audio. I just wanted to get this out there because my drive home from work is like 30 minutes, bro. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I got the time. And you guys have yourself a lovely week, rest of the week, or day, or night, or whatever the fuck. Have yourself a lovely day, guys. Peace.